Hello everyone, you're welcome back to this channel. What I have in today's video is how to share with you on wrap crop top. I'm going to take it step by step so that you understand better, and trust you're going to enjoy this tutorial. All you need to do is just to take your time and watch to the end. So right now, let's get started. Now I have my fabric folded already. You can see it's on fold. So I'm going to measure what I have as the length of this fabric. I have the length. I have the length to be 35 inches. Can you see 35? So the width, the width is 34 inches. That is 17 times 2, 34 inches. So right now we are going to start in full. So right now what I'm going to do is that from this length, I'm going to look for the half of this length. So you remember the length is 35 inches. So 35, I'm going to look for the midpoint. And 35 divided by 2 gives me 17.5. So I'm going to mark 17.5 as the midpoint of this length. Here is it. 17.5. So from that point, I'm going to mark 3 inches inwards. So I mark 3 inches. And here is it. So I'm going to use a colored chalk. So as you can see, here is 3 inches. So I'm going to connect this to this point here. So I'm going to use my ruler to connect. Can you see? 3 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to connect from this point to the down part here. So I'm going to connect from this point to the down part here. So you can see how I place my ruler. So I'm going to connect down to the base. So can you see? I've connected the line down to the base here. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is from this point, from this center point, I'm going to mark 1 inch to this side. So I mark it here, 1 inch. So from here, from this point, I'm going to make a curve, a slight curve to meet this. Can you see? So the next thing I'm going to do right now, from this base, from this point here, I'm going to mark 10.5 inches inwards. So I have it right here. So from that point, I'm going to mark 8 inches upwards. So I mark 8 inches. Can you see? So right now I'm going to connect. I will also measure 8 inches from here to this point. Sorry, I will measure 8 inches from this base here. So I have it here. So right now I'm going to connect this to this. Okay, so right now I will go down to this other side. I will go up to this other side. So here I'm going to measure 7.5. So I'm going to measure from here, I'm going to measure 7.5 inches from the center back. And you see, from the center back, I measure 7.5 inches. So from there, I'm going to measure 8 inches upwards. So I'm going to connect to meet this. Sorry. And you see. So right now, I also go to the edge here. I measure from the down part here, I measure 8 inches up. So I have it here. So I will simply connect this line to this line. So the next thing I'm going to do right now, so as you can see, I've connected this line to the edge here. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do right now is to mark from this point. I'm going to mark like 2 inches or 1.5 inches. So I'm going to mark 1 3/4 is okay, 1 3/4 inches. So I'm going to mark it here, there. So from that point, I'm going to connect to this point here. So which is going to be the shape at the back piece. So I'm going to connect like I'm doing right now. So I connect. Can you see? I've connected. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to determine what I have from this point here to this point. I'm going to measure and I look for the midpoint. Now I'm going to measure what I have from that point to that. I have approximately like 19 inches approximately. So I'm going to look for the midpoint of this 19 inches. So if you're a beginner, just go ahead and place it like this. Mark it on your measuring tape like I'm doing right now, and press it so that it will give you that crease line effect. From that crease line, so that is going to be the center point. So I'm going to place it back. So this gives me the center point. So I'm going to mark it right here. Okay. So from that point, I'm going to make a slight curve to meet this point here. Just a slight curve. So I'm going to stay away by 2 inches inward or 2.5 inches. So I'll just make a mark right here. So then I make a curve to meet this. Okay. I curve it. I hope you can see it clearly. Can you see? So what I've done to here is what I will be doing to this side too. So from this point, I'm going to make a curve to meet somewhere here because I'm going to stay away like 2 inches from this place. So I'm going to mark from that center point, I'm going to mark 2 inches like this. Then I make a curve like this to meet this point. So as you can see, I've connected the line. I've made a curved line like this. Can you see? Like this. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to cut it out, tracing the line. So let me just start from here. So you can see the illustration. You can see. So after this, I move on to the next stage. So right now, we just go ahead and remove what I have as pieces. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to open it. So you can see what I have. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to fold it into two. Okay. Like this. After folding it, you can see that this is the wrong side. I've folded it to right side, right side. So I'm going to stitch from the down part here. I'm going to run a stitch up to this edge here. And also this side, I'm going to stitch. I run a stitch up to this point here. So as you can see, I've sealed to the armhole. Also, I've sealed from the side seam to the armhole. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to slash this to match. I'll just slash it a bit. So the next thing I'm going to do after this is just to take my bias tape. Okay, here is it. I have the width of this to be like 1.5 inches is okay for the width. So although I have 1/3 of an inch, it's between 1.5 inch and 1/3. So the next thing I'm going to do right now, I'm going to place it right side to right side like I'm doing right now. Okay, so I'm going to tape it, tape this in front round, tape it round. After that, then I tape it inward. I close it inward. That's the next thing. After that, I will also take another bias tape to tape this in the sleeve mouth. I will do likewise to the two pieces. So as you can see right here, I'm done stitching um the mouth sleeve or the sleeve mouth, and you see. So the next thing is just for me to iron it. So I iron it. So after this, so I will now take my band. So I have the width of this band to be 5 inches. That's the width. Here is it, 5 inches. So, and I have the length to be like 100 inches. So it depends on how long you want your belt to be. So the next thing right now is to fold it like this. No, I'm going to look for the center point. So I'm going to divide it into 2 equal parts. So after dividing it into 2 equal parts, I'm going to mark the center point of this belt. So after marking the center point of this belt, so I will now turn my top. So I'm going to fold it into 2 equal parts so that I can locate the center point. So here is the center point. I will just go ahead and mark. I'm going to mark it, or I notch it a little. After that, I'm going to spread it like this. Here is the center point. So I'm going to take the center point of this belt also, right side to right side. So I'm going to place it like this. Okay. This one goes there. So I'm going to start the stitching from the center point. So I stitch until I complete this end. After that, then I will continue from this side until I stitch until I continue the second end here. Then after that, then I'm going to fold the belt now into 2 equal parts like this, and I stitch downward, and I also do it to the other side. I fold it into 2 equal parts, I sew it to the end. So after that, I'm going to turn this one inside out, and I turn this one inside out too. So that's the next thing I'm going to do right now. Now, as you can see right here, I've stitched it to the down part, the waist, the base. Can you see? I've stitched it from one end to the other. Can you see? So, and I also close this one. Like I said you are going to fold this one, the belt, the remaining belt, the belt. You are going to fold it into 2. Then you run a stitch to from one end to the other, to the last end. And also that is what I did to the other side. I fold it into 2. Can you see? I folded it into 2. Then I run that stitch. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to turn it inside out. I'm going to turn the inside out. So I'm going to use not too sharp object, like I'm using my pair of scissors. So I'm going to use it to turn it out. Can you see? Use it to turn it out. So you can see, and that is what I'm going to do to the other end. So after turning it out, the next thing is just to fold this in like this. So I'm going to fold it in like this. So I fold it like this, then I place it on this, then I run the stitch. So it will be, this is how it's going to be at the end of the day. And you see, so this is how I'm going to proceed till I complete everything about this. All right, so far so good. We have come to the conclusion of this tutorial. Here is the product of our project. Thank you very much for taking your time to watch this video. If you have any question, please kindly drop your question in the comment section. I want to believe that you have found this tutorial very helpful. If you have, give it a big thumbs up, please. Thank you very much. So till I come your way again, if you are yet to subscribe this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button below so that you can learn more on this channel, and you click on the notification bell so that will get you notified anytime I release a new video. So till I come your way again, bye for now.